Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing awesome, awesome.
Great.
Finally got a chance to hop on with you, huh?
Yeah, you've been busy.
So let's kind of take a step back and kind of talk through that because I don't think I have all the info anyway. Can you just share with me, where you are and kind of a little bit about your business and kind of how you're kind of working things right now?
My business, I was working. I work with Symmetry. That's how I first got into the insurance business. It started probably about 3 months ago. Had some pretty good success, but I was just spending a whole lot of hours dialing, early in the morning, late in the evening, 6 and 7 days a week. But I was having some success. I was, but it just seemed like a lot. And so I decided that I would just try to launch something on Facebook, start me a Facebook business page, and kind of got it up, started it. But then I got the advertisement from you. And then of course I said, well, wait a minute, this is kind of what I'm kind of looking for. Let me just hear a little bit more about what's going on here. So, of course, I went through the videos and of course started to understand how captivated it was, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, so it works because it's working on me right now,
Mm-hmm.
because he's attracted me to his site. And so therefore, he knows what I'm interested in. He has what I'm looking for. So I can see how it's even working with me.
Okay. And so,
So
how did you come across me in the first place in the beginning?
in the beginning,
Yeah.
your ad came on to my page. And so the new page, the new business page, I was just starting to set up. Didn't even get into it like a day. Just set it up, and then of course your ad came through, and I was like, okay, let me listen. So I listened, and so everything that I was about to try to attempt on my own, listening to the video, listen to Mr. Earl, I was like, this is what I'm trying to do. Why would I want to, spend all these grueling hours of, trial and error, reading books, looking at videos? Why would I want to spend all these grueling hours when it seems to me like this man has the key to what it is that I'm trying to accomplish? So let me just give it a shot. So here I am.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and so we've been seeing your posts and everything, and so I just wanted to kind of delve into that. You having some success pretty quickly. Can you just kind of tell me a little bit of the results that you've gotten so far?
So the results that I've gotten so far, to me, I was thinking, is this is just too easy, right? Because people are calling me and they've looked at my page. They're saying what they think about the ad itself, and saying that they can't wait for me to call them. They'll have that like posted. So when I'm calling some people, I'm just going to talk about the successes. They'll say, I've been waiting for you to call me. So when I call them, I know that they've been waiting. And so I just listened to a couple of I don't know what the gentleman name was, but he does a presentation for you called 50% is closing 50% of your sales, or I can't
Greg
remember exactly.
Jones, sales training video.
Absolutely. So I looked at that video like several times before I even, took my first call, to be honest with you. So it was my goal to try to mimic that, to be able to talk to the customer the one time and close the sale that one on that one call. That was my goal. And it's been, that's not how I was trained to do it to begin with. I was trained that you take the initial appointment information, then you go back and then you try to close it on the second call. And what I was finding is that sometimes that lapse, even if it was 24 hours or even if it was like, 12 hours, that lapse in time, sometimes when you call back, you didn't get the person back. So when he had that method for just, closing the sale on the first call, it was like a light bulb came on for me. I'm like, okay, this is what I need, because I know that I have people that initially seem very interested, but then I don't get them on that second call. So I tried to focus in on what he was saying and try to just mimic that on my calls, and it just works. It worked for me. And so
Awesome.
I just found it was a easy way to get through the sale. It was an easy way to not just sell it, but also have the customer be engaged with us, with me, going through the process and letting them know how important it was for me to have them covered before we end the call. And so that's kind of how it I was able to, get that kind of success going. I thought
Gotcha.
I was going to be a one hit wonder at one point because it took a while to get the next one.
Yeah, for sure. And so what do you think about like the community and the we're doing the live streams in the group and all of that stuff? Has that been helpful for you too?
It has been. It has. Especially the videos. I listened to I think her name is Ruby
Hmm.
Brewer. She's really inspirational, motivating. She's the type, her testimony kind of is the one that kind of gives you optimism and hope that you can do those same things. And then so I get something from like every one that I've looked at thus far, but by far I would say that his was most impactful because it was giving me some, instruction guidelines on his method for how he is, closing so many sales.
And so that's kind of the process. And so that's the good news of that. And so I guess for you, of that next level of things, what are you kind of looking for to kind of grow your business?
So at this particular point, I've been looking at maybe, doing some recruitment so that I can build an agency. And that's kind of where I am now. I do have two agents as of now. But they're relative. One of them has some things that he's trying to get straightened out. And the other one, she's relatively new to insurance, just like myself. But when I talk to other agents that's been doing this for a while, they say that I've learned and found out things a whole lot quicker than they did. And so I just took some time to just try to study, the craft more so than, and people that are successful. I took some time where and I think that's probably what has helped me to find out things and learn things and be able to execute things a little bit quicker than others have in the past because I just took more time to try to study the craft.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing is once you get the leads things figured out, then the next thing is, okay, how do I duplicate myself? How do I find key people to help me protect more people, right? How do I manage this? How do I manage, keeping my production up, but also attracting people? How do I train them? How do I balance these things? Right. And so those are kind of the things that are kind of coming down the road. And then asset allocation. How do I reinvest back into my business? What's the
Mm-hmm.
proper structure to do that? Where do I need to go if I need help? And so you have all of those things inside this mastermind group because that's what we're talking about. We're not really just talking about like leads and stuff like that. It's more
Right.
high level stuff where it's like business things. Now we do discuss those things, but also it's at a higher level where people are just coming in like, dude, this is what's working for me. And then they're kind of breaking it down too. So it was more of a collective kind of thing. So it's a really tight knit group of just a few spots.
Right. And so and it's funny that you say that because I find myself, whenever I'm, looking for some additional information, I always go to the site first for whatever reason,
Mhm.
because I feel like, I'm gonna either read something that someone already put there. I'm gonna find a video that's gonna answer the question, or I could just pose the question myself in a private chat with someone that's already there, and then they'll just give me the answer that I'm looking for because I am relatively new to the insurance industry. But like I said, I could see that the road that I was about to go down, which I went down for about 2 months, I wasn't going to want to go down that road
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Yep. You end up doing something else after a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah.
Everything on my end is working really well.
Okay.
Once I got everything synchronized and it's just going, and I'm just really happy and excited constantly. My phone's going off right now. And so I'm just, I'm thankful that somehow or another, at the time that I was going to try to do this on my own, you ended up in my feed. I'm just thankful for that, because it has taken time off of me even considering accomplishing it, or even going for it. I would have went for it, at some point I would have came up and it would have been, done. But you just saved me a lot of stress in more ways than one.
Awesome.
And I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate that. And we look to see you more in the group, kind of celebrating your wins. And so we're rooting on you for this week. And then we'll get back together in a couple of weeks for the mastermind. Okay.
Sounds great. Thanks a
Awesome.
lot.
No
Have a
problem.
great
Take
day.
care.
You too. Bye-bye.